Welcome to the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. Highlights, features, and analysis with men's head coach Otis Hughley Jr. and women's head coach Margaret Richards. And now, our host, Mr. Ted Dixon.
Welcome to the Alabama A&M Basketball Review with head coach Margaret Richards of the women's team and head coach Otis Hughley of the men. But first, I have a student athlete here with us, and thank you so much for joining us. Please introduce yourself to the Bulldog faithful. Tell us your name, your hometown, and your major.
All right, my name is Jeremiah Swanigan. I'm from Augusta, Georgia, and my major is electrical engineering.
Why are you dressed up in a basketball uniform, but you're not playing with the men?
So I'm one of the practice players for the girls basketball team. Basically what we do is we help make sure that our girls basketball team is prepared and ready for every game that we get into, making sure that when they play against these other teams, that they already know what they're going up against and know how to play against them.
Some people call that the scout team, so you run their plays, correct?
Yes, sir.
Now, how did you get involved in doing that?
So it started back my sophomore year. So right now I'm getting ready to go into my senior year. So I've been with the team for 2 years now. I basically, talked to one of the coaches. I was like, hey, I want to help out the girls team. And they told me, they was like, well, we need some scout players. So I was like, all right, cool, sign me up. So that's how I started.
And you're an electrical engineering major. But the reason we're talking to you is because February 3rd, folks, this Saturday, and when the show airs, the game will have been played the night before, but it's Greek night, and we'll put some of this on social media. Please tell us about your chapter and your organization affiliation.
All right. I'm a part of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, and my chapter is Nu Epsilon chapter. Home of the brothers are never enough.
So, now that said, you still have an opportunity. When someone would have asked you in high school, what would you do after your playing days? Now I get to ask you, what do you do after you graduate?
After I graduate, I'm planning on going to go work with Honda up in Ohio.
Because you just finished an internship with them, right?
Yes, sir. Just did a year-long internship with them.
A year long?
Yeah.
How was that? What was it like? What did they do for you for a year?
For a year, basically, I got to see the ins and outs of pretty much building cars from the startup to pretty much what we get on the everyday road. So I got to see all of that. I got to learn all the ins and outs of it. Got to come back and actually tell students about it, like here at A&M, why I love it so much and why I wanted to keep going.
That is so cool. Hey, man, thanks a lot for what you do, service and sovereignty.
Yes, sir.
When we come back, we'll talk to Coach Richards. We'll show you a little bit of game footage, but more importantly, folks, we're going to get you caught up on all the events on Alabama A&M basketball on the women's and men's side. And also, anytime you need to know something, go to AAMUsports.com and look to any team, baseball, basketball, but especially getting your season tickets.
Engineering and science usually look like this, but our students build race cars from the ground up, explore wind tunnels, particle accelerators, and crystal growth. Our studies in cybersecurity and rocket propulsion have tech companies like Google and SpaceX recruiting at Alabama A&M University, with one of the highest percentages of women STEM graduates in the country. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere. Companies hunger for our food scientists. Here, a new generation manages our cities of tomorrow. The discovery of hardier plants, healthier animals, is growing at our research station, Alabama A&M University, where new designs and ideas are put to the test. Be a researcher in our labs, or a forestry fire dog in our fields. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. With me now is Coach Margaret Richards of the women's team. Coach, we were just remarking before the camera started rolling about your road trip to Texas.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing. And I credit the Texas schools. I credit Texas Southern. They had a game plan. They went inside, young lady, post player had a career night, 24 points and 18 rebounds, and we just couldn't find an ounce to stop her. Our rebounding was not where it needs to be. We pride ourselves in rebounding and defending, and we just did not show up and do that, and that was very disappointed. And Texas Southern took advantage of that. We made a run in the, third and fourth quarter, but it was just too late. We got ourselves in such a hole that we just couldn't recover. And down the street on Monday, the Prairie View, we had a really good start. We was going inside out. We had Darian Bergen doing some really good things for us.
Got down.
Yes, we doing, and she showed, doing some really good things for us. We had Alicia Wilson run the floor, getting some defensive boards. Had a double-double, I believe, that game, doing some good things for us. And, she got in foul trouble. We kind of went away from that, and, we let the pressure hurt us, and it ended up, really, really hurting us at the end of the game.
That performance, and I will say, Coach, it gives an opportunity to talk about some comments that were made from the Ole Miss head women's basketball coach. And they're talking about how much money she's lost, but you'd had a different view about all that as far as how hard you need to play to have a product for people to come watch. Oh,
yes, I totally, I understand, what the message I think that she's trying to send, because, she's turned their program around. They've done some really good things.
She makes $1 million a year, so she must be doing something right.
That's right.
I'm rooting for you for that too, Coach.
Okay, yes. And they had a good showing, and they had some really big wins in the program, and last year did some really, really good things, going all the way to the Sweet 16, I believe the Elite 8. So I always pride my girls into this. I said, let me tell you something. You have to compete and play every minute at your best. Because people want something to come and watch. I think the community want a product, they want to see something they want to come watch, and keep them coming, keep them guessing, keep them rolling. So that's why it's disappointing when you go on the road and go 0-2 and this and that, and I know we, usually tend to play better at home, but it is very important that we play our behinds off, because I am preaching, promoting, women's sports is on a roll. Women's sports is, it is coming around. I mean, it is here. It is making a lot of noise.
It's my favorite tournament to watch for years.
It's making a lot of noise. So again, I tell my girls each and every day, you play hard and get people in these stands and keep them coming so they can bring a friend next time.
Your next opportunity to play hard will be February 3rd and 5th here at home. Florida A&M first, and then Bethune-Cookman. The show will air on Sunday nights, we hope. It could be Saturday morning.
Okay.
But just because it's Greek night, that's why I have on my jacket, folks, because we're trying to get people here. Greek night, Saturday night, it is a tradition at Alabama A&M since we were over in Elmore to have a game like that. Okay. It's also the start of Black History Month, Coach. An opportunity to be historic in your playing, but you get FAMU and Bethune-Cookman coming to town. What have you got to do to make sure you come out of that 2-0?
Defend and rebound. Them hey, number one. We got to start this month off of February in a great start. We have to defend and rebound. I'm just grateful and thankful that we get another opportunity to be able to play. We didn't have anybody injured on the trip or anything, so I'm just yes. So that just give us another opportunity to be at home, to regroup, to reset, and to be able to defend and rebound, because we control those things.
You're talking about things you don't control now. You've had 4 injuries that have put pressure. Three injuries, that have put pressure on you. Someone's got to grow up, though, Coach, right?
Absolutely. I told them we don't make no excuses. You are here. You're healthy. You need to perform. You get these minutes. You need to perform and compete, and and be the best version of you. And so that's what we're going to need to see. We're going to need to see 11 young ladies be the best version of themselves, execute the game plan, play smart, take care of the possessions and the basketball, and make good decisions.
Does that change your style of play at all, Coach, when you go through injuries during a season? If so, how?
Oh, yes. You have to make some adjustments, Again, you have to do a lot of different things differently than, especially when you don't have a point, your 2 point guards, your 2 veteran point guards. So yeah, you have to do, people have to play, maybe they played off the ball, they got to play a lot of on the ball some, which is fine. So yeah, it changed the play tremendously. You got to slow it down some. You got to, do a lot more coaching and adjusting in game adjustments. Yes.
These 2 Florida schools are coming to town.
Yes.
They're battling down at the bottom of the conference, I believe, in position trying to get to the conference, or where they sit on your schedule. Well,
no, actually Bethune-Cookman is above us. Bethune-Cookman is more at the top, and FAMU, we kind of right there all together, So no,
this is a game for seeding then.
Yeah. Every game we play is for seeding. from here on out. I told them each and every game we play, you have to play for something. You got to play for a purpose. You have to play for tournament seeding. You know, so each and every game, and we're going to go one at a time, we are playing for tournament seeding. So these are very important games.
2 o'clock Saturday, what will we see?
You're going to see some young ladies fighting for their lives. Fighting, competing, and working hard on both ends of the floor.
Thank you, Coach Richards. We look forward to seeing you guys on Saturday night. It was Saturday afternoon, but it's Greek night. That's why I'm rocking mine.
At
You
2:00.
rock yours. Go to AAMU Sports. The QR code's at the bottom. Go to AAMUsports.com. Order your tickets. Go on, still buy season tickets, folks. We do need that because, yes, we want our teams to stay competitive and have everything that you need.
That's right. 2 o'clock, be there.
Go Bulldogs. When we come back to the Alabama A&M Basketball Review, Coach, to tie that together, you're going to see an interview with one of your male team members, I guess, the scout team. And
Yes.
he got a lot of interesting things to say, but we've tied that together for you folks, and we'll see you right back here on the Alabama A&M Basketball Review, this time with head coach Margaret Richards.
Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Parker is 29 and learning to communicate again. The students teaching him earn a degree with 100% job placement. But the real reward is changing a life. At Alabama A&M, it's a university where agencies actually go to recruit compassionate students who help themselves by helping others. Service is sovereignty at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Alabama A&M Basketball Review with head coaches Margaret Richards and Otis Hughley, but I'm Ted Dixon, your host. Right now, I want to talk to one of our student athletes that's coming on along a great way, all the way from Los Angeles, California. Please introduce yourself, tell us your name, your position, and your major. I already told you you're from LA. We'll talk more about that later.
My name is Alicia Wilson. My major is liberal studies with the concentration of sociology, and my position is forward/center.
Now, Alicia, you've been balling. I like the way that you play. You're real aggressive.
Appreciate it.
What did you do to get ready to play basketball? Who did you play with growing up?
I played with men and guys mostly. So I was just hooping with them at a local park, Willie White Park, and I just hooped it up with them. And there was one girl, my homegirl, Ebony, but I mean, us and guys, that was it. And my brothers, there's 7 of them, so.
Now, did they welcome you on the court? How did it,
Oh,
you gotta
no.
know how it works. Some of our viewers may not know how it works when you go to the center to play basketball.
Nah, I didn't get a welcome. It was, if you're gonna get on this court, you're gonna play, you're not gonna call no fouls. Just more aggressive and tougher players were just only allowed. So if you're gonna step on that court, you had to give it your all. And I was there most of the day, so I said I gave it my all.
Coach Richards just talked about the Texas two-step trip that you just went on.
Yeah.
Came up short at Texas Southern and Prairie View. Coming out of those games, coming back home, what has impressed you that you have to work on?
For myself, I think it's finishing around the basket more and going up aggressive. I think right now the teams don't respect us, especially me right now, and so I need to play more. I need to play more aggressive and demand that respect. So
Now, overall on the team, what has Coach Richards told you all that you need to work on as a team?
as a team, we need to rely on each other. We need to trust each other and just control the controllables. And that's
that would
going to
be
lead
effort,
effort,
defense,
yeah,
and
defense,
rebounding.
yeah, rebounding. Of course, she loves to say defend and rebound.
Okay, well, there it is.
Yeah.
All right, now, how did you get to Alabama A&M?
Coach Mack emailed me, and then I looked into Alabama A&M, Amaya Simmons was in the Pac West before she came here to the SWAC, and so we played against each other.
Okay.
Yeah, she reached out, and you know, I liked what I saw from the previous season. I know it would be different with incoming players and players leaving, but you know, I came on a visit. I saw the facilities, I saw the academics, and I was just like, this is the place. So.
Right on, incredible. Now, we had a conversation about your family background.
Yeah.
You mind sharing that with us and tell you how that's made you the person that you are today?
Yeah, so I came from the foster care system, and it was kind of difficult. You know, I didn't have stability, and I didn't have direction that comes with stability. I lost my way a lot, and sometimes I felt like alone. I didn't have, what I saw other people have was, you know, healthy homes or, I mean, just staying with relatives, and I didn't have that. And so it kind of just made me, like, become more of an aggressive person. But, you know, through the community that I had at Bonita High, through the family, my family who took me in, the Wheatleys, the Riggs, the Parrs, I mean, those were good people, and they helped me like turn over a new leaf. They helped me become a better person, and you know, just giving my life to God. I think that also saved me. Came from gang violence, abuse, and everything, and just having people in my life who would say, you know, there is hope. It's not how you start, but it's how you finish. So having them in my life and God, I think I don't know, it was my motivation and basketball. I mean, that was everybody knew that was, you know, my dream, and that's what kept me going too. That's what kept me sane.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll take that. And of course, what do you hope when your playing days are done? What are you going to be doing?
I want to become a social worker for foster kids that, you know, are in the system. I just want to give back to my community. I want to give back to, you know, all those kids that's in the foster care system that don't believe there's somebody that, you know, loves them, that cares for them. And I want to say that, you know, they're seen and they will be great. So
I understand you want to get into this business, so please reintroduce yourself and you take us to break on the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. Okay.
Yeah, so my name is Alicia Wilson, and how I say?
So thank you for watching.
Oh, okay, yeah. I apologize. I'm new at this. My name is Alicia Wilson. I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in and catch us next time.
All right, thank you so much.
Of course.
When we come back in the Alabama A&M Basketball Review, we'll wrap up this show, and we'll get ready for FAMU coming to town. Good luck on Saturday, 2 o'clock.
Thank you.
And then Monday night, since if this show's on Sunday night, that means Monday night, Bethune-Cookman. What's Bethune-Cookman going to get Monday night?
Hopefully we ain't going to give them nothing. I mean, shoot, we want to take the win.
Okay,
yeah,
right on.
We want the dub.
All right, thank you all for watching. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Engineering and science usually look like this, but our students build race cars from the ground up, exploring wind tunnels, particle accelerators, and crystal growth. Our studies in cybersecurity and rocket propulsion have tech companies like Google and SpaceX recruiting at Alabama A&M University, with one of the highest percentages of women STEM graduates in the country. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere. Companies hunger for our food scientists. Here, a new generation manages our cities of tomorrow. The discovery of hardier plants, healthier animals, is growing at our research station, Alabama A&M University, where new designs and ideas are put to the test. Be a researcher in our labs, or a forestry fire dog in our fields. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Welcome back to the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. I'm Ted Dixie, your host, along with Bailey Houston, the head athletic trainer in women's basketball. Bailey, thank you for taking the time to show us around here. So we see the Bulldog Creed behind us. So how do you maintain the student athletes that they should get, God forbid, hurt or injured? What do you do to get them back? And you'll walk us through the room and we'll see.
All right, let's go to the facility here. All right. So starting here, this is where the athletes get taped for practice, for preventing any ankle injuries, anything that we can do to help them stay on the court. So we tape them right here. Let's go this way and we'll check out the hydrotherapy room. So here we have cryotherapy right here, so they can get in the cold tubs. And then this right here is a hot tub. So we utilize these for recovery. They can get into both and do some contrast. It's a great tool to use for recovering to get these athletes back on the court. All right, in here we have a lot of tools to use. We've got some bands, things as such. We got some weights for them to do some rehab exercises to keep them on the court. We've got foam rollers here, keep them all stretched. They can lay on this facility, on this table here, roll out. This is a nice mat that we use for stretching them. It's much lower for me to be able to stretch the athletes. Over here, you can do different exercises. You can check on the athletes as they do their work. We got a lot of modalities here. We can do some stem, we can do anything with these machines to go ahead and rehab any injuries and get them back on the court. We've got awesome machines over here. We got some ellipticals, treadmills, Kaiser machines, so that way they can get everything done in this one room so that they're ready to go.
We thank you for that, because I have a saying, the worst thing that happens to a student athlete after having to go to class, go to practice, do homework, take tests, God forbid they get injured, God forbid they get hurt. I know people like to talk about differences, but for an athlete to get back from an injury, what's the most important thing?
Most important thing is commitment, right, to come in and get what they need done, but also commitment on my end to give them all the resources to get back on the court. Exercise is a great policy to get back on the court. It's the easiest way, but then all these bells and whistles that we just showed you make it a lot speedier of a process. So.
This is Bailey Houston, head women's basketball team's head trainer. Thank you so much for your support and your service.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. When we come back, we'll take a look at some highlights from the Alabama A&M Basketball Review with head coaches Margaret Richards of the women and Otis Hughley of the men. Service is sovereignty.
Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Parker is 29 and learning to communicate again. The students teaching him earn a degree with 100% job placement. But the real reward is changing a life. At Alabama A&M, it's a university where agencies actually go to recruit compassionate students who help themselves by helping others. Service is sovereignty at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Again, folks, thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. We talked to two student athletes, Jeremiah and Alicia. Their stories are compelling. We ask you to watch those again and also share those with other people. Next game scheduled, February 3rd, Saturday afternoon, 2:00 p.m. is when the women tip it off. Monday night, Bethune-Cookman comes to town. The women's game starts at 5:30. The men's game is to follow. Again, we thank you for watching the Alabama A&M Basketball Review. But also, you can always catch the schedule and get ticket information and also access Bulldog All Access on AAMUsports.com. We thank you all for watching the Alabama A&M Basketball Review with head coaches Margaret Richards and Otis Hughley. Service is sovereignty. So we got to give them something when they get here.
I'm showing my whistle today.
Right on. Blow the whistle. Ouch. I know what, that might be the blooper of the year. If you were rolling, that's the blooper of the year.
Yes, I know.
That's when you need to be rolling.
Yes.
Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Parker is 29 and learning to communicate again. The students teaching him earn a degree with 100% job placement. But the real reward is changing a life. At Alabama A&M, it's a university where agencies actually go to recruit compassionate students who help themselves by helping others. Service is sovereignty at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Engineering and science usually look like this, but our students build race cars from the ground up, explore wind tunnels, particle accelerators, and crystal growth. Our studies in cybersecurity and rocket propulsion have tech companies like Google and SpaceX recruiting at Alabama A&M University, with one of the highest percentages of women STEM graduates in the country. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere. Companies hunger for our food scientists. Here, a new generation manages our cities of tomorrow. The discovery of hardier plants, healthier animals, is growing at our research station, Alabama A&M University, where new designs and ideas are put to the test. Be a researcher in our labs or a forestry fire dog in our fields. Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere. Darryl brings new energy to the power plant. Julian's accounting is by the numbers. They're student interns from the College of Business and Public Affairs at Alabama A&M University, where marketing class connects with the community and companies come to recruit. So while Kyle strengthens his managerial skills, he's earning a business degree and experience at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.
Parker is 29 and learning to communicate again. The students teaching him earn a degree with 100% job placement. But the real reward is changing a life. At Alabama A&M, it's a university where agencies actually go to recruit compassionate students who help themselves by helping others. Service is sovereignty at Alabama A&M University. Start here, go anywhere.